Tonight. Steve Davis 11, Joe Johnson 13. There are 11 to play, and Joe Johnson needs 5 of them to become snooker champion of the world and walk away with a cheque for £70,000. Well, I hope he hasn't just heard that, because it might frighten him to death, because he is in fact just here in dressing room 7 waiting to come out. There we are, the oldest call boy in the business. And Joe, you can't take the cup of tea with you, I don't think. Are you going to take it?
Yeah, of course.
How are you? All right?
Hi,
you enjoy this afternoon?
Yeah, it's been good snooker.
Wonderful day.
Yeah.
Wonderful day.
I've enjoyed myself tremendously.
Have you? You know, you can't tell me you're not nervous going out there.
Not a bit. Honestly, not a bit. I just enjoy myself.
And you haven't got the you got the black shoes on tonight, have you?
It's a standing joke here. That, yeah. I've painted them black.
Anyway, you've provided marvellous entertainment. Good luck tonight.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. Joe Johnson, the man who came here as a 150 to 1 outsider and hadn't won a match at the Crucible until this year, now in the final, the Championship of the World. And of course, he's going to play the man who's inside the dressing room 6, Steve Davis. A number of times he's walked out of that door and come out to see me. Good evening, Steve.
How you doing?
I'm all right. What about you?
Well, I'm okay. I had an uphill struggle this afternoon, but quite pleased to come out 5-3 behind, and we'll see what happens tonight.
It's new territory for you, because you've never done this before here at this stage of a championship, coming out at this stage.
That's right. Well, I've done it in other tournaments before, but well, it's exciting if nothing else.
Yeah. I think a lot of people would want to say, what have you done in what's been a very short break indeed? What's happened to you between this afternoon and now?
Oh, it was really magnificent. I had a cheese sandwich and read a copy of a Belgian snooker magazine that's just come out. It was tremendous.
OK, well, that's one way to queue up for a World Championship. I hope it works.
Cheers. OK.
Good luck to you tonight.
Thank you.
Steve Davis, the man going out for yet another final, trying to become the champion of the world here for the 4th time, against Joe Johnson. It's been a fairy tale story. Joe Johnson must have thought it was a fairy tale this afternoon when he took 4 in a row. Then Davis came back and took that important last frame of the afternoon with yet another century break to make it Johnson 13, Davis 11. The Crucible Theatre is packed. They're waiting to greet the players, and waiting for us is our MC, David Harrison.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And first of all, the finalist in the 1983 Professional Players Tournament, 1985 semi-finalist in the Credit Classic competition, quarter-finalist in 3 major tournaments this season, seeded number 16, Joe Johnson. The reigning United Kingdom champion, the reigning British Open and Grand Prix champion, 3 times previously here world champion, seeded number 2, Steve Davis. Just a few photographs, ladies and gentlemen, and then we will be underway.
Pictures you'll be seeing in your newspapers tomorrow morning are taken here with the famous championship trophy there on the table, the one that Steve Davis will never touch before the start or even anywhere during the final until he's won it. So John Street removes the trophy. Sit back with the best seat in the house and enjoy with us one of the great nights in snooker. Your commentators at the start of this final session of 11 frames, Jim Meadowcroft and Jack Conham.
Steve Davis to break.
And thank you, David. And like Joe, I'm sure we're going to enjoy this as well. Splendid opening shot by Joe, and looking at the green into the centre or just playing safe, whichever he feels.
Four. Five. Brown ball. Five. Joe Johnson.
He's just covered the red over the corner pocket, so this looks like safety for Steve.
That's the reason that Steve Davis gave that shot so much thought. It was difficult for him to get behind brown and green. And he was worried that he was going to leave the pot on for Joe.
6.
Well, the black is certainly tied up, but Joe has an opportunity here to work around the
12.
pink.
13. 19. 20. 26. 27.
And that was quite a kick there. The ball really jumped. Joe had a lot of top on the ball, and that's rather spoiled his intentions.
Rainbow. 27. Foul 4, Joe Johnson.
A little bit too thick on the contact. Possibly could have been slightly easier for Joe, but nevertheless, it could be a good starter should he pot the red.
Amazing how this situation happens so often when one player plays a bad shot and then gets benefit from it by the following player's bad stroke.
One.
That's certainly not where Steve intended. Possibly played on the blue into the right-hand back corner pocket, but Certainly going to have to play safe from here.
One, Steve Davis.
Not done a lot with the cue ball, just placed it as awkwardly as possible for Joe. Quite rightly so, an acknowledgement from Steve Davis there, because he realised just how difficult the shot was, and Joe done well to get the white ball back to Bork.
A little fortunate there for Steve, that didn't turn a fraction there and was entitled to on the nap. Well, Steve, a little concerned here about moving the cluster of reds there around the black. And of course, if he clips the red slightly in the open, very fine, he might very well chip it across to the corner.
here, we did not require any shouting at all.
Well, Joe was very much worried as to the direction of the Reds, but he forgot to take into account just the speed of the cue ball.
One. Four.
Well, that's perfect strength by Steve there. And he's got just a nice angle to take the pink. In fact, he might even force it for the black.
Eight.
27 points behind then. And the Red's not ideally placed. But if he plays a good shot from this red, the outside red, from the side cushion, could be on the black and possibly carry on the break.
Eight. Steve Davis. One.
A little bit unlucky there. He was trying to knock that red into the open and stop
Eight.
to get behind the red that he's on now. But he should knock this in all right.
Nine. Sixteen. 17.
That's Joe safe. The black more than safe as he checks the scoreboard. And he's still in control, so he should win the first round from here.
$24. 25. 32.
32
33, Joe Johnson.
And Steve Davis says enough's enough. And Joe makes a lead now of 3 frames, 13 to 11.